their 4th in a row. Jordan now with 20 points. And Denver with 8 in a row, breathing heavily on the backs of the Dallas Mavericks in the Midwest. Edwards over Corzine. That's what Edwards can give this team, is some offensive help.
And post-up offensive play. This is something this team needs desperately. They don't have anybody. Adrian Dantley can post up a little bit. For the most part, he's a perimeter player, driving to the basket. Mahorn a little bit, but Edwards really can put some big numbers in playing on the inside.
Jordan makes his move, and Vinnie Johnson stays with him. Vinnie Johnson is hawking Michael Jordan. I know the 20 points doesn't indicate it, but Vinnie is doing his best. So the Pistons hang in with a 7-point lead, and we'll take a timeout.
On this long road trip, have really struggled because they end up, and we see the value of Sam Perkins not being with that ball club.
7-point lead, and inside, Jordan misses. Oakley will go to the line. Jordan with a helping hand to John Sally. And the foul is against Rodman, his first foul.
His first. Now Jordan just goes back door here on the overplaying Rodman. Now, in college, you would see that being called as a charge, but because John Sally was standing under the basket, it's a no call in the pro game.
Bill Laimbeer and Rick Mahorn come back into the lineup for the Pistons, replacing James Edwards and John Sally. The Pistons got good mileage from their bench.
They did, and they're going to need more of it as we go along in this game because of the tempo. We're seeing this Chicago team, which has really struggled the last 2 games offensively against Detroit, only scoring 73 and 74 points in the last 2 games, but their tempo is quite different. It's up-tempo.
Oakley, who has averaged 16 rebounds in the last 6 games, cuts the Detroit lead to 5. Trying to get it now to Rodman. Sellers, a 7-footer against him, and Rodman goes right around. He should have gotten that layup. Made a good move, and now the Bulls trying to cut the lead to 3. Chicago's had the lead only once today. That was at 28-27. Jordan now with 22 points in the ball game. And it is a 3-point game. Jordan has hit 7 of his last 8 shots. Low to Mahorn. Good position for Ricky. And when you're having your best scoring year, balls like that drop on.
That's right, and he has become an offensive force for this Detroit ball club.
Jordan spins and deals. 24 for Michael Jordan.
It's showtime.
This crowd is wondering in amazement. They're aghast at the show that Michael Jordan's putting on. Vinnie Johnson misses, but there's Rodman, fouled by Sellers. Rodman is one of the best offensive rebounders you'll find anywhere, and he has hurt Chicago this season in that respect. Dumars will come back in the ballgame.
Only reason Detroit is leading right now is the offensive boards. They've been able to get there, and Detroit, and if you don't do the job there against a team like Chicago, who's the leading rebounding team in the league, then they're going to have a long day.
Horace Grant comes in. Sellers has 3 fouls, and here's Jordan again. But he's not shooting 50% against this club, even though he's averaging 34.
Well, I'm sure he's taking that on as a challenge because this is their last meeting during the regular season.
They made the free throws, and it's 49-44. 5-point lead for Detroit. Rodman, who has been a poor free throw shooter. Jordan. Now you see it, now you don't, and Oakley is short with it. Grant loses the offensive rebound to Rodman. Great pass to Isaiah Thomas, and a foul. Isaiah Thomas with his first blast of the day with 7 points, and Vincent with his first foul.
Whole key is that outlet pass by Dennis Rodman right on the mark. Jordan couldn't get to it. And not only that, there's a foul shot in store for Isaiah Thomas.
And if he hits the free throw, the Pistons will establish their biggest lead of this game. Thomas, who knows what it's like to win an NCAA championship with Indiana. Jordan did it with the North Carolina Tar Heels. The lead is 8 under 5 minutes to go. Vincent comes through. Vincent, by the way, who went to school at Michigan State, sort of a homecoming for him, and he has played some good games in this arena.
He played very well for Boston against Detroit in the playoffs.
Thomas misses, and we're going to be a foul the other way, and Rodman and Vincent bang into each other. Lambier picks up his third personal foul. Lambier has 6 points, and he'll have to come out as John Sally replaces him. So that'll hurt Detroit's offensive capabilities, losing him right now.
It does. Surprising Chuck Daly goes with John Sally instead of Edwards, probably feeling he needs a little more quickness and would like to get out and run more. And of course with John Sally, he has someone that really can get out and fill the lanes.
And it's tough to work in a new man, as he's trying to do with Edwards. Jordan left open top of the key. You can forget that. 26 points for Michael. He has led the Bulls in scoring in every game but one. That game he was held to 16 against Golden State. Double team on Thomas, and he gets it anyway. So Isaiah Thomas going to work now with 10 points. Stanley leads Detroit low with 13.
Now, when you play against Michael Jordan, you would like to try and force him to shoot a low percentage. Try to force him to take extra shots. You're not going to stop him from scoring.
Oakley gets it into Grant, and a pushing foul against Rodman. That will be the 5th team foul against the Pistons, and the Bulls will be shooting. Ralph Lewis, who's a swingman, plays primarily guard, free agent who had been in the CBA the last 2 years out of LaSalle College in Philadelphia, replaces Joe Dumars.
And he made this ball club because of his defense, and he's got quite a challenge on his hand right now.
Doesn't waste much time in picking up a foul.
Correction number 35, Ralph Lewis.
Lewis's first foul.
Penalty situation at the line.
You want to compare Michael Jordan's offensive capabilities. He'll take the free throw here. And what he has meant as an offensive force in the number of games he's played in the league. Take a look at this one. Pretty good company, William.
Not bad. Will Chamberlain, well, leading guard above Oscar Robinson, who also is a fairly good player.
And Jordan missed, and Oakley tips it in for the basket. Oakley now in double figures, and the Piston lead cut in half from 8 to 4. But it's been basically a tight ball game. Detroit having the lead most of the way. Trap on Thomas. Mahorn double teamed, and Corzine and Oakley double teamed, and it was Corzine who got a piece of it. Both teams in the penalty box, and Rick Mahorn will shoot two.
Smart move by Rick Mahorn, because he knows that Charles Oakley has two personal fouls and would like to see him pick up his third.
Rick Mahorn shooting 2.
Makes the first one. Want to remind you, coming up, Pat O'Brien and the Prudential at the half. We'll look at the playoff picture plus other tidbits. 4-point lead, 55-51 with 3 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the half. Jordan has scored 27 of the 51 for Chicago, and somebody else, Corzine, gets into the act. Only 2 Chicagoans are in double figures. Jordan with 27, Oakley with 10. 9 different Pistons have scored so far today, including Sally, who makes a great move inside on the baseline. Lead is 4 with under 3 minutes remaining. The Bulls got it down to 2. Detroit continues to keep the lead. Jordan over Lewis, and he's got another one. 29 points for Michael Jordan. Spectacular first half shooting, 12 of 15. He doesn't have to worry about that 50% shooting mark today.
He sure doesn't. And Doug Collins saying when he's hitting the jump shot, you can pencil him in for 40 for the game. He might have 40 by the halftime.
Battle for the loose ball, out of bounds. Detroit. With 2:27 remaining. And Doug Collins will call a timeout. The lead is 2. It's nip and tuck between these two guys who aren't crazy about each other.
Nothing beats the excitement of the NBA playoffs.
We're not a company, but our...
Thank you very much, Mr. Stockton.
And we've got a good one here, and two teams that are getting ready for postseason. They're about